start with your reading, Scorpio. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Keep in mind that the energies do go both ways, so feel free to interpret the direction of the messages as it best resonates with your own personal situation. Also, don't forget that I'm currently selecting people for free personal readings. Keep watching to know how to get selected. Let's see what messages we have for you here today, Scorpio. Okay, the main energy in the middle of the reading is definitely a very strong one with the Tower right here. What you're looking at is a sense that someone is perhaps keeping something away from you, something that you should know about. And you know, from what I see here, we have that confirmation. We have that validation on that thought, but the thing that this person is actually keeping from you is different from what you think. The Tower is symbolizing a time coming up where you will realize what this really is, and it's going to be not what you were expecting. Certain energies here clearly are trying to be hidden from you, certain informations, so that you don't see them, you don't know about them. But at the same time, this is going to be unexpected when you will find out, and you will find out with the Queen of Swords right there. Your focus is the Nine of Wands, wanting to truly understand this situation, wanting to just finally give up a burden, not fighting for this anymore. You are perhaps exhausted to do the same thing over and over again with this person in this situation, and you're starting to lose perhaps an overall motivation. You really gave your all to this person. I can see it here. This person or this situation in general. And your persistence doesn't have to be mistaken for being naive or always being available to people that at the end of the day might not deserve you. Now, with the Nine of Wands, you are focusing on one last challenge. You're thinking perhaps to yourself, I'm going to figure this out one last time and then I'll move on. I'll focus on what comes next, letting go of something once I get the confirmation of what is hidden from me right now. You're deciding here perhaps to take a risk. It would be easier to just move on and to just completely let go of the situation. But at the same time, you know that that wouldn't give you any sort of closure, and that perhaps you could find yourself down the line still wondering about what this is and about the fact that you maybe have missed out on opportunity or you have misinterpreted something. In the past, we have the King of Wands, which clearly talks about a specific vision that you might have had into this situation. There was a time where you felt very confident about this. You had a big idea, a goal, an achievement. And overall here, you felt very passionate about this. Now, this is how you started. But of course, as every situation, every relationship, you need both people to work on this. And maybe here you find yourself having to deal with someone who often was selfish, was impulsive perhaps, was somewhat aggressive to pursue their goals, to achieve whatever it is that they wanted to achieve. And so in a way here, I felt like you found yourself maybe fighting alone. And obviously, we understand that Nine of Wands being exhausted right now because all the efforts, the burden that it should always be on two people, maybe it was on you mostly. We see how you had a lot of expectations, but unfortunately, from what we see so far, at least, they haven't really worked out. In your strength position, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And right here, there is something that is clearly trying to help you. With the Seven of Pentacles, we always see signs around you. Signs that tell you to keep going. This is, again, doing the same thing over and over again, as we were saying, also with the Nine of Wands. But right now, you're feeling like you are at the end of that painful cycle, and you're about to start something absolutely beautiful. And so clearly here, the reason why you want to stick around and maybe just explore the situation a little bit further, it's because you feel that something is coming up, something that will reveal some sort of truth to you and potentially can change everything. This card right here is Death Rebirth. We clearly see a change in direction for this situation. So right here in your weakness position, Ten of Swords, you know, sometimes that thought of losing everything, that thought of having to also start again, it's so heavy. It can be painful. And sometimes we tend to not move forward because we don't want to start again and then maybe ending up in the same situation, the same outcome once again. But this is just a fear. This is just a doubt. This is just because right now you might feel tired and exhausted because things might have not worked out, as we were saying, as you expected them to work out. And so in your weakness position, having Ten of Swords, which talks about starting over, it's really telling us that you are trying your best to still feel motivated about this situation or about finding happiness and finding everything that you want. But at the same time, this is just a phase. This is not going to last a long time at all. In fact, as you see here, you are at the end of that cycle. And what comes next, it is going to be absolutely different. What you see here on the horizon is the sun coming back up. It's been down, of course. You might have been in the darkness, not knowing what to do here, but things are changing. And everything that comes from this moment forward is going to be good. It's going to be recovery time. And the only way out for this is upwards. So in your hidden energies, something you don't know that it's coming your way, Queen of Swords, Death Rebirth. Right here we start looking into this Tower moment where you realize what this person is actually perhaps hiding from you, not admitting to you, which is not what you're thinking about. In fact, right here with the Queen of Swords, you see now clarity. All of a sudden, this person is truly open up, perhaps, or you have seen something that now is fully making you understand what they are about, how they feel, and why they're behaving in a certain way. This is going to be the energy, the information that you needed in order to fully let go of a burden, let go of this feeling of being exhausted and feeling of having lost motivation, you know? This is going to be that turning point for you. And what comes next, as we were saying, is going to be completely different. This, to me, really feels like an ace card, which changes the landscape completely, as the Death Rebirth does. Once you go through this event, you truly will be able to understand what can come forward and how things are going to completely change from that moment on. Now, what we're seeing with the Queen of Swords is clearly a conversation. And let's see right there what it is that you perhaps are going to find out about, something hidden from you, and that right now is going to be revealed to you, and it's going to be different from what you initially thought. Oh my God. You know, sometimes we expect the worst from people, especially after being disappointed by them. We feel like there is something even worse coming up from them. But in this case, the thing that this person is truly hiding from you is the fact that they miss you like crazy. This is something that they might try to keep to themselves for the time being, because they know that if they were to admit, if they were to really go into this energy, they wouldn't be able to keep control. For some reason, this person seems very determined to be unhappy or to sacrifice something that they care about so much so that they can keep that control, so that they can feel as though they are not going to be seen vulnerable or be seen for someone who they don't want to be seen as. Now, in a way, this emperor is feeling like being vulnerable and being honest puts them in a position of weakness. It makes them seem weak. But it's such a bummer, because in fact, there is a need for way more strength while being vulnerable than you have it for instead when you are hiding things and being strong that way. That's a fake strength. And so right here we see that this person is actually wanting to build something stable with you. Again, something you're not expecting, because let's face it, right here, you're expecting the worst. You're expecting bad news. Instead, what this person is hiding from you is just the fact that they want to build something beautiful and stable with you, something that hopefully could last forever. In a way, this person now, maybe for the first time, they truly want to work hard on this. Up to this point, they never felt this negative thoughts and energy, because, they were always in control. Now, instead that they want to truly invest into this, they're starting to feel like they're taking a gamble, like they are entering a dangerous territory, and perhaps they're going to lose it all. And this, for what I see so far, is just fear. And it's something that is blocking the truth, but not for long. Let's remember that right here we have this Queen of Swords. And Queen of Swords, it is often a conversation. It is two people sitting down and truly going straight to the point. Understanding what was behind that Tower card, understanding what the other person really feels like and wants at this moment in time. And whatever this conversation is going to be about, with Death Rebirth right there, it's going to bring a fundamental change. It's going to transform the very dynamic between the two of you. And so let's see what this conversation will be about. Let's see how it will unfold and how it will change this very relationship and its outcome especially. Let's find out those details, and let's see how this connection could evolve in the near and distant future if you ever were to decide to give it another chance. But also, let's focus on your overall immediate future, Scorpio. Let's see what's coming up for you, whether it's connected to this situation or not. You definitely have a change, a transformation for you. And whether you stay with them or not, this is going to bring into your life something new that perhaps you were hoping for. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, just follow me in the extended video link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every week, I randomly select viewers that have watched the extended video to offer them a free personal 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Scorpio. When I put down the deck, I've seen at the bottom of it the Ace of Cups, which is letting me know that this conversation coming up will definitely be straightforward, and it will be very logical in a way, trying to understand things from a very logical standpoint. But at the base of it all, Queen of Cups, at the base of it all, we have a lot of love. No matter what the two of you will talk about, there is a lot of care, a lot of passion still. I mean, this person, from what I see here, really is crazy about you. And sometimes when you're crazy about someone, you end up doing things that you wouldn't do normally if you're not able to handle it. You know, they see you as a very strong person, very strong Scorpio, and they absolutely adore everything about you. And often they get to do the wrong thing because they would rather be in control than being happy. Now, let's see what this conversation is going to be about. For a second there, I've seen the Eight of Wands, definitely messages coming in. Let's see what that Queen of Swords will bring into the situation, what will be shared in that conversation, and then we'll see how it's going to change the immediate future for you. Course. Right next to that Queen of Swords, we have a very important card that I believe is going to actually make you very happy. Because for you, Scorpio, that's one of the most important things.